Yo, Jay,
What's up?
what do you think you would name a three-legged dog?
I don't know.
Yardstick. You only got 3 feet.
Damn it. No, there are 2 dogs in this room, and both of them are highly offended.
Oh, shit. They are.
All right, well, everybody, welcome back to Pops On. We're on episode 12. Apparently, I was reminded.
Yeah, 12 preteen in it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice that we're getting to the point where we're like, what number is this again?
That's good.
We've been doing this for a little bit.
That's a good thing.
It's nice. As always, I'm one of your hosts. I am Jay Alvarez. As always, across the room from me,
Raul, what's going on, people?
and on the ones and twos, we got Marcel of Ghost Academy on the production table, always giving us what we need, the information at the touch of his fingertips. It has been. We missed last week.
Yeah.
There was so we live in Central Florida.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who've been living under a rock, don't have cable, maybe a handful of you that live in Russia and don't understand what's happening here. We had a hurricane.
Irma.
A hurricane. Hurricane Irma devastated parts of the state that we call home, and we're gonna get into that later. But that definitely put a lag in things. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode 5 we released. It was one of the pre-episodes, one of our earlier ones before we started really getting into this. But yeah, so I was out of the state. I went to Tennessee. Raul, you stayed home, didn't you?
Hell yeah, man. I'm batting down my hatches, and I was like, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah,
We're going to chill in this house. It was fun. At times I bought mad snacks, bro. Mad. Like I was.
How long did it take for you to eat all your snacks?
The first night.
Yep.
Fuck that shit up. First night. Yeah. The first night. Gummy bears, gummy worms. It was amazing. We all, it is a serious thing. I mean, like he said, we're gonna get into it later. It is a serious thing, but man, after we put them damn shutters up and the house was blacked out, just sat there, ate the snacks, and watched mad movies.
Yeah.
Mad movies. Like it was good. I enjoyed it. I had my liquor. That's all I needed.
Yeah, good.
That's
good.
all I needed.
Yeah, me, the girlfriend, and the stepdaughter, we took and my girlfriend's brother. We all went out of state. We went up to my cousins in outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. Man, there's some beautiful stuff out there.
Yeah.
My girlfriend already said if we go back, we're taking a U-Haul.
We ain't coming back.
We ain't coming back to this.
Crazy.
But yeah, so that's why we took the hiatus last week. We missed you guys. We love you. We missed you. We hope you missed us because that's how this thing's gonna work.
Yeah.
But we are back. We are back, and we're gonna go ahead and get into some topics because we're gonna talk about last week a little later.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Right now, first thing we're gonna talk about, it's not even movie related. This is Pops On. We are Father's take on the entertainment industry. But one of the ways you get entertainment a lot of times right now is through your phone. That said, Apple introduced the iPhone. I know it's an iPhone 10, but out of spite, I'm calling it the iPhone X.
Yep.
iPhone X available starting at $1,000. Features new technology such as facial recognition.
Add it.
Edge-to-edge screens.
Add it. Wireless charging.
I don't. It's a fucking Samsung Galaxy 6.
Yeah.
Except Galaxy 6 has a headphone jack and a home button.
Yeah, man.
Bro, what's your take on it, man?
I'm gonna preference this by saying everybody that knows me knows I don't like Apple. I don't like iPhone.
Preach.
Period. I don't. It's for the simple fact of every time they come out with a quote unquote new phone, it's some shit that I already had 3 phones ago. You know what I mean? They came out with facial recognition was out with the Samsung S4.
Yeah.
The wireless charging came about with the Samsung S5.
Yep.
The home button, we got rid of the home button for the S8. Okay, cool. But other than that, the design itself looks like a prototype. I don't like it. The little thing at the top, it's like a black bar at the top. Like, oh no, you can on the left side you can scroll down here. No, that it looks like a mistake. It looked like a rush job.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, and I hold Apple, as much as I hate them, I hold them to a high standard. I expect their devices to look great. This shit, I'm not paying $1,000 for this.
No.
Facial recognition, they don't. You can't do the fingerprint thing no more. I'm supposed to. You're gonna be that asshole in Walmart trying to pay for shit with your face. No, no, we're not fucking doing that. No,
man, I have a $100 ZTE Pro Max that is bigger than the iPhone X. I refuse to call it any. It's bigger than the iPhone X. It has fingerprint unlock. It has facial recognition unlock. It has wireless charging. Wireless charging. I was living in New York. McDonald's had that back in 2012.
Yeah.
I remember the McDonald's on Canal Street. You could go upstairs and they had a wireless charging table.
Just
if you had a
drop your
Samsung.
shit on there. Yeah.
Just put your phone on the table, eat your Big Mac, and you go about your day.
Let me tell you something. Again, and the shit that pisses me off with iPhone users, and it's probably gonna lose some listeners, but I don't give a shit.
Listen to us on iTunes, folks.
Every time they release this shit, it's like, oh, this is so new and innovative, and Apple's getting everything right. No, you just bought a cell phone from 2013.
Yeah.
We had this already.
You're paying a premium.
And it's like speaking to a wall. Speaking to a wall. Because the Apple heads they're never going to believe anything else.
Nope.
It's my belief is people who have iPhones have never owned any other phone but a BlackBerry.
No.
That's it. They went from the flip, BlackBerry, iPhone. No. Fuck that. No. I'm not excited about it. Listen, if any of my kids said they wanted, they're getting kicked out of the house immediately. No, it's not happening. My daughter was hinting at wanting to get in. I was like, listen, sweetheart, I love you, but I don't even allow the fruit in my house. Okay? Niggas with Apple cannot connect to my Wi-Fi. I don't care how shitty your service is. So no, don't. If you're gonna get an Apple phone, you're gonna get it with your money, and you're moving the fuck out. That's my take on that.
Man, it sucks because, okay, so it's iPhone 10 because it came out 10 years ago. 10 years ago, when iPhone first came out, it was innovative.
Oh, yeah.
It was a whole new thing. I remember, I never liked Apple. I never liked the products, but I respect it. I had an iPod.
We all did.
Everybody had an iPod. That was great. That was a lifesaver. But I refused to go full on Apple. I refused to. I was pissed off ever since the iMac, and I refused to get into it. To the point where at the same like right after Apple came out with the iPhone, Samsung came out with the Instinct.
Yeah, I remember that.
I refuse to own a Samsung to this day. That phone was so bad.
That was a garbage ass phone.
Oh, that phone was so horrible.
I talked my mother into getting it, and she gave it back like the next week.
Yeah, I regretted that phone so bad. But I went to the HTC Hero after that. And I still love HTC. I'm in a ZTE now because Aspo, but Aspo. But I still like HTCs. Anyway, the iPhone used to be, you look to the iPhone to see what was coming next.
Exactly.
What was the next thing happening? What was new to this game? Now you look to the iPhone and laugh.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, what new quote unquote thing are you bringing to the game now? Oh, the same shit I've had on my phone for the last 4 years.
And you know what's so bad? So the iPhone X was released, but right before they announced that is the iPhone 8.
It's the same.
It's the
phone.
same shit as the 7. My brother has the 7. He's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking about getting this. My nigga, you just got that same phone. Yeah. There's no different. Well, you could do wireless charge. Let me tell you, I don't even think that they announced fast wireless charging. It's just what you ever used it before? Because now they have fast wireless charging for Samsung. But you ever use it beforehand? 5 hours.
Ooh.
5 hours.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. I was like, what are you changing it for? You have the same phone in your hand right now. You gonna get the 8 or you gonna get the X? Because I know your dad. He's my dad. You ain't getting no X.
Not for $1,000.
Not for no $1,000. No.
Listen, if I'm paying $1,000 for a cell phone, it better do more than make calls. It better call the hooker, order the hooker, bring the hooker,
and dispose of that hooker.
Yeah, like seriously, I want recommendations on where to dump a body. As soon as it seems like I want Siri to tell me it seems like you have made a mistake. Here's where you can hide the body.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It's so sad to watch some of these Apple heads. Like, oh my God, this is so innovative. People are online right now. They're online right now, like outside in New York, some goddamn where waiting for the X. I'm like,
No, and the screen resolution. Everybody's like, oh, it's gone to AMOLED. AMOLED. Samsung's been had that. That's nothing new.
That is Samsung.
Like I've been watching movies with this kind of clarity for years. Oh, you just now got a good resolution on your cell phone? Oh, congratulations, Apple.
And not to shit on them so hard. I mean, again, I when they came, I had an iPod. I had several iPods. I found several iPods. I used to work in a movie theater. Funny story. I found an iPod, and the owner of the iPod's name was Raul. I was like, well, this is
just serendipity.
This is it.
Yeah.
Later on, that shit got stolen from me. I don't know how, but
probably by another Raul.
Probably. You know what I mean? But
probably by a dude named Marcel. Hold on.
No, man, but I've had Apple products. So I had the iPod, I've had the iPod Shuffle, I've had the iTouch whenever that shit came out. I've purchased Apple products from. So I wasn't always an Apple hater, but it came to a point of you guys are not doing anything different. You're not doing anything new. Yeah, people will call these things gimmicks, but you know what? They're trying some shit.
Yeah.
That Samsung Edge shit that came out years ago is now a norm.
Yeah, it's not an Edge anymore. It's just a Samsung.
It's the phone. So it's the norm thing. Yeah, you can call it gimmicky at the time, but they're working on it.
Yeah.
And they got it. You guys are just not doing shit.
Yeah, gimmicky means that the phone you like isn't doing it yet.
Exactly.
And so, like, the new HTC U11 has a thing where the sides are soft and you can squeeze it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, that's gimmicky. Shut up.
Yeah,
Because you know what? You set the app that turns on.
Exactly.
I'm using it as my camera. Now, the one complaint I'm hearing is that sometimes you don't realize that you're grabbing it so hard because you just go to grab it and you turn your camera on. Oh, fucking well, it's your camera. I'm not.
You can change the sensitivity and shit like that.
You have that option. They thought that far ahead. Exactly. You're like, oh, it's a gimmick. Shut up. You're mad because your Samsung doesn't have it. Or you're mad because your Apple doesn't have it.
Because when that facial recognition shit came out in the S4, everybody was like, oh, that's stupid. Who's going to really use that? Now it's all the fucking rage.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Like, come on.
I'm using my toe for my fingerprint to unlock my phone.
My dogs, listen, it's ridiculous how behind I feel that they are. Granted, when they do make, the facial recognition and all that other stuff, it's a lot better, but we've already had it.
Yeah, it's nothing new. It's better because they've already seen what other people are doing. They're like, oh, we can build on that.
Exactly.
And that's the sad part with Apple. Apple now, it seems like they're just looking at ways to build on things instead of building the thing.
Exactly.
And that's what I used to like. That was the one thing I liked about Apple. I might not have liked their products, but at least they were building something new.
Exactly. And this is more so just specifically to the iPhone. Working on this lovely podcast, we're using a whole lot of Apple shit.
Yeah.
And I am
not to shit on Marcel's home computer.
Because now I'm actually looking into getting like a MacBook or something like that, a Mac Pro, what have you.
I can't shit on Apple computers. The computer I know I was mad at the Macintosh, but they've come a long way since the Macintosh.
Yeah.
And I mean, like the iMovie, the GarageBand. I mean, they got some great things on their computers, and I'm not gonna take that away. It's just sad to see what's happening with the iPhone. It used to be the innovator. Now it's just playing catch up, and it's sad. It's like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger make a new Terminator.
Oh my God.
He used to be the shit. He used to be the man. He used to be the biggest, baddest motherfucker on the screen. Now he's making action movie parodies. With Kill Gunther or Get Gunther.
Is it Get Gunther?
Is it Gunther? It might just be Gunther.
I think it is just Gunther.
Gunther. Which looks like a great movie. We saw the trailer. It looks funny as hell. But that's what Arnold has to do for money now. He has to make fun of himself. And I feel like Apple at this point, they're just making fun of themselves.
Yeah.
Nothing new. It's just a remade thing over and over and over again.
So, let us know if you're going to get that X. Or that
let us know
8.
what you think about it. Send us an email, drop a comment. What do you think about Apple?
Or shit on our Samsung and shit on our Android phones if you want to.
Let me know how you feel about paying for your $1,000 Samsung 6.
Yeah.
All right. With that said, speaking of a remake, we're gonna talk about a not so shitty remake. It is dominating the motherfucking box office.
Goddamn right.
Second week made $60 million. Most movies don't make that their opening week. Most good movies don't make that its opening week. Last week made $117 million that opened number one at the box office. This week holding number one at $60 million, beating out American Assassin, which is not getting much love, but it's still sitting at number 2, and Mother, which is at number 3, and it has the Mother I found out has a cinema score of F.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Cinema Score, for those that don't know, there are people who, major cities, bigger movie theaters, there are people that hang out at the movie theater opening night and ask you about the movie you just watched. And they typically ask you to rate it between A and F, like you're grading a school paper. A lot of new movies, people have been so excited to watch it that it's rare that you get anything below a C. Because you get some people that loved it and they give it an A, and maybe later on they'll realize, oh, okay, maybe it wasn't an A. Or you get people that hate it and they give it an F and it was garbage, and they realize, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad. But most brand new movies on their first week out average at a C. This movie got an F.
Damn.
Opening weekend Cinema Score of F. So
I heard it was kind of misleading too.
I've heard some critics, and the thing is, critics love the movie, and a lot of critics are saying like they weren't sure what they were getting, and now that they watched it, they're not sure exactly what they got, but it's intrigued. Like they're still interested in it. Like people are gonna watch. People who enjoyed it, or people that were at least interested by it, are gonna watch it again, just to try to see what they can glean off at the second running. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about It. Because It is a Stephen King movie. It's a remake. The original It came out in this was it early 80s, late 70s?
Early 80s, yeah.
And everybody was worried about how this movie was going to do because Dark Tower didn't do so great. And that was the other Stephen King movie. So I think those concerns are kind of put to bed. What do you think? I know you said you haven't seen it yet, right?
I haven't seen it yet. I've definitely been trying to get everybody and their mama to come with me, but nobody wants to see it. Apparently, they're scared.
Nobody wants to be scared of clowns.
It looks amazing. Like it's giving me I love Stranger Things, and it's giving me the Stranger Things vibe.
Yeah.
I think one of the kids from Stranger Things is in it, and I don't know. It gives me that Goonies feel. It gives me that old school throwback movie type of feel. So I'm with it. I just want to see what the hype is about at this point because my daughter is on a Stephen King kick right now and she wants to watch all of his movies. I just watched Children of the Corn.
Okay.
The first time ever. Okay. And bro, that shit was not scary at all. But as a child, I walked in on my cousin watching it and all I saw was the name and I was like, fuck that. And I walked out. I was like, nope. She also watched what's the one? The Shining. She watched The Shining. She said she said it was alright. It wasn't that great. I think she watched a whole host of other ones, but she really wants to. I think she wants to see it. She just doesn't want to go to the theater to see it. Yeah, that's the thing. But I'm excited for it. I'm glad it's doing good for the horror genre. It's what came out this year. You have It. You got Annabelle Creations. I just seen that shit. I could not have watched that in the theater.
Oh yeah,
I would have screamed like a bitch. Oh my god. And it's like more jump scary type shit, but it's still like that supernatural stuff, bro. Not watching that in the theater.
See, I can do with the jump scary. I can do blood and guts. Show me blood and guts all day. Show it to me while I'm eating. I'm fine with that. But you put a 4-year-old that jumps out in front of the camera out of nowhere,
that's
like
exactly
Paranormal Activity, I scream like a little girl.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh my god, little girl in a wheelchair was getting all fucked up, and then she got. I don't want to spoil anything, but Jesus Christ! So that made me go back and watch Conjuring and Conjuring 2 and look up all this because that's.
Right.
All that's based on true things.
Right.
And those are the scariest to me, to be honest with you. Because if it's based on real, that means some of that shit happened.
I love how you say based and giving the quotation marks. He's quote unquoting people. He's giving air quotes.
Because it's loosely based. But because when you watch the real story, it's a whole different doll. Like the doll in the movie is way scarier than the original one. But back to It. I don't know. It's
it's weird to talk about it.
it's so crazy. Like when they announced it was just happening again. Like, all right, another bullshit remake. It's gonna do a couple dollars in the box office. We're gonna forget about it. This shit has really gone. Like I want to get a Pennywise costume and just walk around and scare the shit out of people.
Yeah, I mean, the original It is the reason why a lot of people are scared of clowns in the first place. I mean, that did a whole. I mean, clowns across America wept the day that Pennywise became a thing, and. I'm really excited. I'm not a horror movie guy. I don't like them. I'm not a huge fan. Like my son and my stepdaughter are at home with my girlfriend right now watching A Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, nice. I started watching it with them and I was laughing through the whole thing because to me that shit is funny. It's just campy and dumb. And I get it. It was old. The first movie Johnny Depp was in, I didn't realize I didn't realize it was his first movie. But I just sat there laughing at it. And she's kind of happy I came here because she almost kicked me out. Like I can't watch a movie with you. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see that it's doing well. I'm happy to see that it is. Even though I'm not a horror genre fan, I'm happy to see that it's doing all right.
Yeah,
Between Get Out, I think was really the kind of the horror movie, the movie that put horror back on a lot of people's maps.
And it's funny to like you haven't seen it yet, but it's funny to call that movie a horror movie. But when you really watch it, it's a fucking horror movie.
Yeah.
You've seen Marcel just watched it, and he know with that movie, you watch it the first time, and then you get the oh shit, and then you go back with that oh shit in your mind and watch it a second time.
Kind of like Sixth Sense.
Yes, like 666. It's another one that my daughter was watching too. Yeah, you jump back into it, and you look and you just watch all the signs. You realize what they were doing this entire time. You're like, oh shit. Yeah, bro. Watch it again. I promise you, it's gonna be crazy.
And it, aside from being a good movie with just the numbers that it's pulling, I mean, these are big numbers. It's already got a domestic box office of over $200 million. And I think it's over $300 million worldwide. And nothing opened against. Last week, what else opened in theaters last week? I don't know.
I don't think so.
What opened this week besides Mother?
American Assassin.
And American Assassin. Movies that were pretty hyped up. They got some good marketing.
Nothing opened last week, and I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I don't think anything else opened last week. I think it was it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Home Again. I have no idea what that movie is.
Nobody knows what the hell that is.
Yeah, no, I'm not looking at. There's nothing else that opened up against it last week.
That's crazy. Man. It did some work.
It's doing good. It's doing really good work. Everybody's saying, oh well, it dropped 51% from week 1 to week 2. Well, you know what? It made $117 million its first week.
Yeah, exactly.
Dropping 50% to $60 million. That's not a bad look.
Not at all. Not at all.
I am happy to see that it's doing well. I'm happy to see that. It didn't open against much. American Assassin. I hate to see a Michael Keaton movie that's not doing well, but everybody's loving him from what I've heard.
Dylan O'Brien, for that matter.
Was that
Dylan O'Brien is the one that's in it as well? So
from what I'm hearing, the performances were great. Just the movie wasn't great. Like the story was just kind of meh.
Yeah,
no one cared. Mother, it's Jennifer Lawrence. I'm surprised she keeps getting work. I don't understand how that happens.
Apparently in this one, she's not dialing it back. She's not phoning it in. She's actually acting.
Yeah, and still nobody likes it from what I can hear. Like she's actually trying, and she still sucks.
Yeah.
I'm done with Jennifer. I've been done with Jennifer Lawrence since Mystique.
Yeah.
I was done with her. No, this is the biggest franchise you'll probably ever do outside of Hunger Games.
Yep.
And nope, I don't care.
Javier Bardem. I just watched him in.
I'm surprised that a movie that he's in is doing that poorly.
He was great in the Pirates movie.
The Pirates movie is a movie that everybody slept on from one of. I didn't watch it too. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
And then I heard people saying like, "Hey, this movie's actually pretty good." I was like, "Well, I've been done with Pirates since the last 2 movies."
Even the trailer that made him seem a little bit funny or whatever. No, that was all out of context.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's a movie I got to go back and watch. I want to check that one out because I've heard good things about it. Hitman's Bodyguard is really the only other movie. I just noticed that the movie poster was a parody of the Bodyguard movie poster.
Whitney Houston and what's the other dude?
Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner.
Yeah. He was holding that shit was so funny.
And it took me. You know what gave it away? The red line under the Hitman's Bodyguard. That little red line that goes under Bodyguard. I was like, wait, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And I had to go back and Google the Bodyguard. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And now that I know it's that kind of a parody, like kind of on the genre, like now I kind of want to watch it.
It's along the line, not the Gunther shit that we saw, Baby Driver type deal. That's how I saw that too. Baby Driver, awesome movie.
I'm happy you saw Baby Driver. That makes me very happy inside.
I love that. The music, I love. And we're going off on tangents here.
Watching Baby Driver is like watching an orchestra.
Yeah. Because the bullets, like my son was watching it and he loves music. So he's like, he's looking, he probably shouldn't be watching it, but whatever. And the bullets were going to the beat. He was like, hey. I was like, yeah. Good job. I'm glad you spot that.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Baby Driver is definitely one to go see. Definitely check it out, especially if you're a music lover. But yeah, man, the Bodyguard, Hitman's Bodyguard was dope. It was definitely dope. It's Nick Fury and Deadpool. That's what it is.
That's probably the only way you're gonna get those two in the movie.
It's an R-rated Nick Fury with Deadpool.
I already love everything about that, and I'm probably gonna check that out this weekend. But it's been dominated and hasn't really been much competition. But coming up this week, opening Friday from the Blue Corner, we've got Kingsmen: Golden Circle.
Yeah.
Highly anticipated sequel.
Absolutely.
Will be opening this weekend. Do you think it's going to take it out of the #1 spot?
With the surprise hit that it was when the first one came out, yeah, it's definitely gonna take over. And I love those movies that just come out of nowhere and like, oh, you gotta watch this is good, this is great. I went to go see it, floored. It was amazing. Like, it's one of the best action movies that came out that year.
I didn't watch Kingsmen in the theater. I watched it when it came out on HBO. And I remember like, how did I sleep on this movie?
Yeah,
that was the only thought walking away from it. As soon as the movie finished, I stood up, walked to the kitchen. My stepmother, I was living at their house. My stepmother sees me, she said, what's wrong? I said, I can't believe I slept on this movie this long. Yeah. This movie was really good.
It was good. It was good. My only, like, I know it's going to make money. I get that. My only thing is when Hollywood sees that people like something, they want to throw everything at the sequel.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, don't, whatever you did in the last one, do it the same fucking way.
Right.
You know what movie did that perfectly? 21 and 22 Jump Street. Don't change shit. They even said it in the second one. We're not changing shit. We're going to do the same shit in this movie that we did in the last movie. You got a little bigger budget, and that was just for this office. That was it. So I want them to do what they did now. Watching because we just watched a trailer to refresh our minds. Yeah, the action is a little bit more played up. I love action, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah, it's like they got a bigger budget, but they're doing it right. Like they're putting in the right places.
The story is still good.
Right.
Make sure the story is still cohesive. Like they put in Channing Tatum and Halle Berry and
Pedro
Bridges,
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal from friggin' Narcos.
I'm mad. The one Spanish dude is the one name that's not on the poster. What the fuck?
Racists.
What's up, Hollywood? Fill me in on that. Jay Alvarez, get back at me.
But I know it's gonna do good. I just hope it's a good movie. As a matter of fact, my daughter is the one who put me on because she is in love with anything to do with London or whatever. So she's like, "Oh, we have to watch this. We have to watch this." So I was like, "Whatever the fuck." I didn't even know it was rated R.
Yeah. Well, I think they officially rated it not too long ago.
Oh. No. The original one is rated R.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The original one is rated R.
And this one is rated R too.
That was one of the first rated R comic book movies.
Right.
That everybody, because this is a Miller World. We talked about Miller World a couple of weeks ago.
It is Miller World.
This is one of those comics that came out of that.
Wow. So shit. Netflix has got some shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we watched it and I was like, this was amazing. So I was waiting for the second one. I'm glad that they got all the people back. Just waiting to see what it does. I might be going to see it on Thursday. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I might be checking it out. Depends on we're still recovering from the evacuation.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely a movie I want to check out. Channing Tatum's been having a pretty good year. Logan Lucky was a great movie that nobody's watching.
Nobody's watching, yeah.
And that's horrific. You had a good point. Go ahead and make your point again.
Nobody gives a shit about original. No, and it's not, like you said, it's not an original idea, but it is an original movie. It's a heist movie, but it is original. It's not a comic book. It's not a part of no franchise. You don't hear it from any out of the way source. Somebody came up with it. Hey, let's do this movie. It has Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, somebody else. Daniel Craig with an American accent.
Adam Driver. Adam Driver's in it. Not even an American accent. It's Daniel Craig with a hillbilly accent, hillbilly Tennessee accent.
Yeah.
And he plays it. I didn't even recognize him when I saw the trailer.
Exactly. So it looks amazing. I definitely want to see it, but nobody cares about things that are original.
You know what it is? A lot of people, I was reading an article about it. A lot of people just aren't in touch with it because it is the South. And we're not a political podcast, folks. But a lot of people are just, they don't want to associate anything with that, which is horrible because Channing Tatum is from the South. Yeah. He's from Louisiana, isn't he?
I thought
or at least he's got some roots down there. Then you got Adam Driver, who was a Marine. So just that alone gives me, he can do anything he wants with the South.
Absolutely.
Daniel Craig is coming in. When Daniel Craig can be influenced to do a movie where he has to fake a hillbilly accent.
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that's.
People don't like to take chances right now, man. On entertainment. What the fuck?
It's a good premise. It's a heist movie that's not original, but it's an original property. It's an original movie. There's no, like you were saying, there's no franchise behind this. Right. There's no everybody's gonna know it for this. Nothing. And everybody complains about, there's no original ideas in Hollywood anymore. And then we get an original movie in Logan Lucky, and it hasn't even made its budget back. We're looking at the fifth week of release. The budget was $29 million. The movie's almost made 27.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And then we're saying that, and none of us have seen it.
Neither one of us have seen it, so we're contributing to the problem. But the thing is, we want to.
Exactly. We it's on our radar. You know what I mean?
If it weren't for the hurricane, I would have seen it last weekend.
Exactly. Let's blame Irma.
Damn it, Irma.
Fuck you, Irma. It's I don't know, man. I like movies. I like things that take me out of what's going on. I don't want like I yes, I'll watch the there's a movie coming out about a Thurgood Marshall with Black Panther. Who's Black Panther?
Oh,
Boseman, Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
There's a movie coming out with that. I don't want to like that's something I'm clamoring to see, but I'm gonna check it out. All these movies that are based on historical things. I want to see robots fighting. I want to see fantasy shit. I want to see different stories on different takes on different shit. People don't. I go to entertainment to be taken away from reality.
Right.
And people don't seem to understand. Oh, this is cheesy. This is stupid. Yeah. Oh, why don't they do a lot more real things? Because we live in the real life. I don't want to see nothing real. I want to go and see some shit out of the norm. I'm super excited to see Ready Player One because it looks so far out of the norm that it's gonna take me out. It's gonna take me out. Take me out of all the bullshit that's going on.
The whole point of going to a movie is to immerse yourself in that world. Yeah. That's why I always hate when people say, "Oh, they want me to believe that." Yes.
What the? That's their job.
That's the whole point of it. If you're gonna go in and say that would never happen, then what the hell are you doing at the movies?
Exactly. Don't. I remember I don't know if it was a comedy show or what, but this guy was like, "Yeah, I was sitting down and somebody was and the bullet hit the Superman's eye," and I'm like, "Oh, that's bullshit." That's what you call bullshit.
That's your problem.
He's flying around the fucking city, but the bullet hitting his eyes is it for you.
That's where you drew the line.
Like, get the fuck out of
here. You
here.
got an alien that looks like a human being, can lift up a taxi, can lift up a school bus, leaps over buildings, but the bullet with the eye, that was what you're right.
What killed it. And there's people like that ruin shit. Like, just, it's entertainment. And be entertained.
Yeah.
That's all
just
you need to
give
do.
It an opportunity to take you out of it.
I even watched the shitty Transformers movie. Because of Irma. I'm blaming Irma for that one too, you bitch. And it was shitty, but it still immersed me into their world. Yeah. I was still entertained. It was just a stupid story, but I was entertained. It was robots fighting.
Yeah.
That's all I give a shit about. It was robots fighting robots.
It's dubstep porn.
Dubstep porn. I forgot to use that when I was watching it. Yeah, that's what that was. So it just watch it. Pay your money. You don't like it? Okay, cool. Next.
Yeah. No, with that went off on a way different tangent. We were talking about Channing Tatum have a good year. I gotta say, man, Channing Tatum is one of those actors. When he first came out, I was not giving him any play. I was like, nope, screw this pretty looking motherfucker. I don't want. What was that movie he did where he was a soldier and he went back? Oh man, was it Army of One?
Letters, Dear John.
Dear John.
Dear John.
Yeah. I was like, this is bullshit. And I never gave him a half a chance. The movie that turned it around for me with Channing Tatum, Hail Caesar.
Really?
Hail Caesar was what did it. Because I didn't see 21 or 22 Jump Street. Because Channing Tatum was in it. And everybody was saying like, no, he did really good. I was like, screw you. There's no way that's possible. And then I watched Hail Caesar. And I knew he was in it, but I liked George Clooney. I love the Coen brothers. Right. I said, all right, I heard he's got a small role. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it because Josh Brolin's in it, and there's a whole lot of other people that I like in this. And I saw Channing Tatum, and I saw the character he played. And the fact that Channing Tatum doesn't have an ego, the fact that he is willing to do a role like that in Hail Caesar, have some fun with it, and he really sold it. It played to his strengths because I forgot the man danced. So when they did that whole Gene Kelly tap dance scene at the bar, spoiler alert, watch Hail Caesar if you haven't seen it yet. It's a good movie.
HBO fuckers.
It's not fantastic. It's not the best Coen Brothers movie. I'll give it that, but it's still it's a fun movie. But yeah, watching him do that, I remembered he could dance. He sung, or I don't think it was him singing actually. But it played to his strengths. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to give Channing Tatum a chance. And then seeing him in Logan Lucky and seeing him in the other things, you know what? Channing Tatum gets he gets my approval. Yep. He gets my seal of approval. I'm going to send Bogo the seal to his house with a sign that says I approve. Seal. Just so he sees that seal of approval.
Jesus Christ. That was fucking terrible. Anyway.
Bogo the seal is going to be a thing from now on, though. I don't care what anyone says.
God damn it. Nah, he's 21 and 22 Jump Street. Definitely opened my eyes to him. He was also in This Is the End or At the End, that whole disaster movie with Seth Rogen.
With Seth Rogen and
he was
James
just
Franco.
Like somebody's bitch. Like they were like he was on the leash with some leather outfit and it's on the floor. It was so stupid. I was like that dude is nice.
Justin Timberlake is the same way. I kind of thought he had an ego, and I really wasn't, personality-wise, I wasn't giving him much play. Then I saw him in a onesie dancing to all the single ladies.
Yeah,
on Saturday Night Live. Now, whenever he hosts Saturday Night Live, I make sure I watch that episode.
He's hit when he's doing that or with
anything
Jimmy
with
Fallon.
Andy Samberg.
No, Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, and Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. This shit's hilarious. I even liked his movie. Nobody liked it. In Time.
Out of Time.
Out of Time?
Was it Out of Time?
In Time.
In Time. Whatever. The one with the timers on the wrist.
That shit.
I did like that.
It was another original.
It was a movie that could have been better. Mm-hmm. I will say it wasn't the best movie in the world. There were parts of it where I was like, they could have done a little better job with the premise.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I didn't dislike the movie. I was like, this is interesting. This is an interesting take on it. No one's done a movie like this before.
Exactly. It was dope, and it could have definitely went, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I still watch it anytime it comes on any of those effects or whatever the fuck.
Because no one wants original movies.
Nope.
That's opening this week. Kingsman Golden Circle. Hopefully it does well. I hope so. I'm gonna definitely watch it.
Definitely
now that I have the boy with me again.
Nice.
The boy's back. We're gonna
good.
have round. We may have a conversation about the talk next week.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Part two?
The talk part 2. The talk take 2. Because it's a movie podcast. Ha. Take 2.
Dork.
That's right. I'm punny. I'll be here all weekend, folks.
Oh man, I will talk about that later.
So yeah. so that's Kingsman Golden Circle. Also in the news, Hellboy. We got our first look at the new Hellboy. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. That it wasn't going to be Ron Perlman. It wasn't going to be Guillermo del Toro. But we got our first look of David Harbour as Hellboy. That shit looked good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it. I like the look. Wait, now granted, I like the original. The first 2 movies were dope.
Doesn't take
absolutely away from that. But with this one being an R, was the other one R-rated too?
I don't recall, to be honest with you.
Well, this one is going to be heavy, like a hard R. He looks terrifying, and I cannot wait to see him do whatever he's going to do in this movie. It looks amazing. Was it the Rise of the Blood Queen? Is this Hellboy? Bro, this shit looks crazy. His makeup or whatever it is, the CGI, whatever is being done, it's flawless. You know what I mean? And I just can't wait to see what Mila Jovovich looks like as the Blood Queen, because that's going to be another one. And Ian McShane is in this as well.
Yeah.
This is shaping up to be a good one.
I've been a fan of David Harbour for a long time. He's one of those guys that he's always kind of been in the background. He's always been like a secondary character, but little by little he's been working his way up, and that he got his first huge exposure in Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah.
That was the first time where people he was really up front, like a main support character. He was still supporting. I mean, because the kids were the heads in that one. But you had him and Winona Ryder, who's a big name, and you have David Harbour, who nobody knew who he was at the time. I remember I got put onto him in the Newsroom on HBO,
right.
which was starring Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber fame. I can't see every time I see Jeff Daniels playing a smart, intelligent man, I'm like, you're fucking Lloyd.
Yeah.
Oh, not Lloyd. What was his name?
Harry.
Like it's Harry from fucking Dumb and Dumber. I can't
He
do
was a
with that.
bad guy in fucking Looper. That tripped me out.
Yeah.
That tripped me. I was like, no, you're fucking Harry. Come on.
Yeah.
I can't take you serious.
But I remember David Harbour was a secondary. He had a secondary role, and I liked him. Immediately, I was like, I wish this guy got more screen time. And that was the first time I started recognizing him. And I saw him in other things that had came out before that. I was like, oh, that's dude from Newsroom. Oh, he was in this too. Okay. So it was cool to see him in Stranger Things, and it's cool now to see him. Marcel, go ahead and click that picture of the one of Hellboy, all the way to the left, right there.
Yeah.
That shit looks amazing.
Crazy.
And he was in the running to play Cable. I kind of wish I'd have seen him to play Cable.
Yeah.
Looking at this picture, I'm like, you know what? Everybody was like, yo, but he's kind of big, he's kind of pudgy, he's kind of soft in the middle. You know what? Man. You pay that man enough money, and this is what you get.
Real. It looked, and like I said, this is one of them horror comics.
And this doesn't take away from Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman still look great, but
this one look. I'm scared of this one. The Ron Perlman one, I wasn't too scared. I'm terrified of this one.
This guy looks like he looks like he's the lead singer in a demonic heavy metal band.
It is.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in a bad way. That's what I want Hellboy to look like.
Yeah.
Jacked. I kind of wish I would have seen what he would have looked like as Cable. You know what I mean? I'm happy we got Josh Brolin. I'm not mad at that either.
You can't be mad at that at all.
I was kind of rooting for David Harbour when I heard about it. And I think this is a good consolation prize.
Yeah,
I think if this was your I wanted to play Cable, but I'll settle for Hellboy.
Yeah,
you're still coming out on top, and I'm excited for it. I know last time I've never really been a huge Hellboy fan. It was a cool movie.
Dope.
I wasn't excited when I heard this one. I'm like, do we really need it? I'm excited for David Harbour.
Watch them when they come on.
But when I see this picture, I'm excited for it now.
Yeah.
Like I'm legit excited for this movie. I hope big things. I hope big things for the movie. Two, I hope big things for David Harbour because, like I said, I've been a fan of his for a little while.
This could definitely be his little breakout, like, other than Stranger Things. You could,
yeah.
And with that, because season 2 is coming on my birthday, October 27th for Stranger Things.
It's almost coming. Yes,
it's coming. Yeah, my birthday, not the show. With that coming up, that's gonna just make it more exciting for people. And then when they realize, he's gonna be the next Hellboy. It's only gonna help the film. So I'm excited for it.
I like that this is kind of what the genre he's blowing up. It's kind of like horror.
Horror, yeah.
Stranger Things is horror. Hellboy is definitely horror.
Definitely.
Hopefully he's the new like Robert Englund in the guy who played Freddy Krueger.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I'm hoping he finds a little bit of a base here, and this is kind of where he develops a good foundation, and we see him in bigger, better things because he's definitely a talent that I'm excited to see more of. Speaking of seeing more of. Looks like we're going to get a little more J.J. Abrams in the Star Wars universe. He's announced. He's officially directing Episode 9.
Listen, okay. Not surprised.
Nope.
But I am surprised.
Yeah.
Because they were looking at different directors. But I think what Disney does, they will give the little guy a chance. And if that little guy doesn't prove himself... All right, we got Spielberg in the pocket. We got JJ in the pocket.
Yeah,
let's just give JJ.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And those are company dudes. They play ball. They're not gonna be like, no, Disney, this is what I want. Nah, they're gonna.
Well, he's also an executive producer on the whole trilogy anyway.
Facts.
So he's been heavily involved in all of it.
So who else would you have gotten? They were looking at Rian Johnson to do this one again.
Yeah, and I think that would have been a good move too. But I think you're right with that. I think when shit's hitting the fan and we need to right the ship, we're gonna go with someone we know, someone we trust. Yeah. He did a great job with Episode 7. I'm not saying it's the best Star Wars movie either, but if I get another fucking Death Star, but. It was a good movie. It was a good reintroduction back to it. Right. I think it's a good call when you need a sure thing. Because Rian Johnson, from what little we've heard of The Last Jedi, seems like he hit it on the head. Yeah. Disney likes what he's done. There hasn't been any news of any drama or anything coming out of it. Seems like he's
super quiet on Last Jedi.
Yeah, it seems like they like what he did. He did a great job, and that's what we're gonna get. So I wouldn't have been. I was kind of leaning towards that. I kind of forgot about J.J. Abrams when we were talking about it.
True. I didn't. Like I said, I'm not surprised that they picked him. I'm just surprised that this was what they didn't go for anybody else. They just, all right, JJ, just go ahead and do this shit.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
And you're right. They set that precedence with the Han Solo because they had the Lord and Miller,
little guy.
And when that went to shit, instead of looking for another director, they're like, Ron Howard, come here. We need you.
We got you.
We're getting the big name.
People were thinking Spielberg, and I was like, I don't know if I want to see a Spielberg Star Wars. At least not a saga.
I think J.J. Abrams is the closest you get to a Spielberg because J.J. Abrams and Spielberg worked together before on.
They did a lot together. Actually,
they've done a lot of things together too. You're right. I remember there was one like sci-fi thing that they did. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me. But yeah, I think J.J. Abrams doing Star Wars, that's the closest you'll ever get to Spielberg. That's definitely the closest I want to Spielberg.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see a Star Wars like anthology film that Spielberg can just sink his teeth into.
Give me something that he can do without worrying about the other trilogy.
But JJ is it. I don't mind it at all. That's like I said, Disney knows what they're doing. They always their plan B is another way to make their plan A work.
Yeah.
So I respect it. I don't think they will ever fail.
And I think I do remember when Episode 7 first came out, and then they announced that JJ wasn't going to do Episode 8. He did say, no, we want to have a different take on it. I might come back for Episode 9. And I think that was probably like left open, and then they said, we're going to give this director a try. And he was like, cool. And then that fell to pieces, and they're like, hey, would you still be interested? I kind of see that being the conversation that took place.
Yeah. And I like the fact that now, I always feel that they were going to move it back, but now it's pushed back to December of 2019.
Yeah,
was it 2020?
No, 20. It's the same year. They just moved it from the summer to the winter. Yeah,
and I'm cool with that. I like the Christmas Star Wars movie. That's me and my daughter's time to go and skip school, skip work, and go watch it.
There's too much that comes out in the summer. You're right. I like the fact that Star Wars comes out in the wintertime. Yep. Summer's got all this shoot 'em up, bang bang stuff already. You know, let Marvel have the summer.
Yeah,
it's Disney competing with themselves.
Exactly. Disney owns every freaking season.
Yeah,
every season. Because next year, February is Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. And then the summer.
In summertime, they got what's it called again?
Infinity War.
Whatever other Pixar movies coming out. Incredibles 2. I think.
Incredible. No, is that Disney?
Yeah,
it's Pixar. You're right. It's Pixar. It's right.
So they own every season. Just spread that shit out, man.
Yeah, you don't need to compete with yourselves. Let Infinity War have the summer. Yeah. Let Star Wars take the winner.
Exactly, and I'm excited for it. Again, I still don't know shit about Last Jedi.
Yeah,
no trailer.
Can we get a trailer?
Another poster, something.
Hey Disney, listen, what I got to do? Chew tell Edgy for? Can we get a trailer?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
help us out, Irma.
Well, I'm equally as excited for J.J. Abrams. He did a great job with something. He's got a rapport with the cast. He's already executive producing. So I think I hope good things for episode 9. I think that's what they need is somebody that's already familiar to deal with Carrie Fisher not being involved. Yeah. So he's somebody that's there that can kind of, like I said, right the ship earlier. So yeah, with that said, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a bitch named Irma.
That bitch.
Yeah. Till then, I'm Jay Alvarez.
I'm Raul.
Enjoy these messages brought to you by Marcel of Ghost Academy. We'll be right back.
Peace. Our Twitter handle is currently at No Dad Jokes with a Z.
Yeah, and the reason for this atrocity is because No Dad Jokes with an S is currently being held hostage by some limp dick shit-stained bastard.
Oh, hey, whoa. Just remember your pressure points.
I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize.
Seems as though a fellow tweeter has No Dad Jokes with an S and hasn't tweeted in about 2 years. We're trying to get Twitter's attention to go ahead and get this released for us.
Yeah, and that's where you all come in. Hashtag release the S on all your tweets, all your social media posts, and let's see if we can't get Twitter's attention and get them to give us the handle that we rightfully deserve.
Support the cause.
Release the S. And welcome back to Pops On. Hope you enjoyed the break. Hope you enjoyed the message. We gonna talk some shit.
Yeah, man.
We gonna talk some shit. We gonna talk some shit about a little lady. Little lady. I say lady because it's never nice to call her a woman a bitch. But that's what this one was. We gonna call Hurricane Irma. She came paid us a little visit. Kind of went ham. I think she thought Florida was her boyfriend who left her for some other chick, and decided she was gonna just dump our shit all outside, wreck our homes, wreck our lives, wreck our jobs.
Goddamn right.
I have not. This is not my first rodeo. When I was a kid, we went through Hurricane Andrew. Then I went through Hurricane Wilma in Miami. Nice. Then I moved to New York, and I brought Hurricane Sandy with me.
The one time.
Yeah. Well, no, twice, because the year before that was Hurricane Irene.
Oh, yeah, that bitch did come through.
I was there. That was the year I moved to New York. Irene hit. Everyone got mad at me because they said I brought it. I said, I ain't bring it. Relax. And the next year, Sandy hit and said, you need to move. And I did. I moved back.
And there's none since.
and then we got Irma. So, yeah, that was interesting. It wasn't my first rodeo, but it's always a little spooky.
Yeah.
How about you? What was your whole history with it, New Yorker?
Well, I've never had to deal with that.
This is your first hurricane.
This is well, technically second because Matthew was my first.
We're not gonna count Matthew. It didn't do much.
But I was scared as shit because everybody thought it was gonna do some shit. So with this time around, when they, Harvey just hit, so I'm like, oh shit, we about to be underwater, and then the news ain't making it no better. My wife freaks the fuck out. Like, she's always calm. You've seen her. She's always calm.
Yeah.
Bro, she freaks out when the hurricane times come. And I get it. Harvey just hit. People's lives were destroyed. My first instinct, I gotta prepare and protect the family. Cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm freaked the fuck out too, because being from New York, I used to watch this shit. And I was like, damn, I feel bad for everybody out there. Woo. I guess I ain't going to Disney this summer. Like that was the extent of it. You know what I mean? So first things first, to prepare everything. We had boards and shit from last year. So I had the boards, put those up first. Once the boards goes up, my wife is calm. Then we gotta go get snacks and the water because apparently nobody drinks water until it's a goddamn hurricane.
Yeah, you gotta go to Mad Max.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So case of water for a case or two of water for everybody in the house. This, that, and third. Get your snacks, get your alcohol, get your condoms. I don't need condoms. I'm married. Get all that shit.
It's a party.
You know what I mean? And it's more of a like I said, you gotta prepare the family. You gotta keep them safe. You gotta give them a peace of mind. So get all their comfort food, all the water, all that good stuff, and that was it. Mm-hmm. That's what we did first. What did your bitch ass do?
Listen here, man. Mm-hmm. I played with enough hurricanes. My girlfriend too, man. She lived through Andrew, so we both been through Andrew. She was here, but I was in Miami for Wilma. I went through Sandy. You know what, bro? I'm done. I'm done. I earned my stripes. All right. We were already planning a trip to New Orleans at the end of the year, at the end of the month for my stepdaughter's birthday. She wanted to go to France. We said meet us in the middle of that French Quarter, and she was cool with it.
Nice.
Because of the storm coming, I don't want to say my girlfriend was panicking, but she was worried. I was worried. Again, I'm like, I don't want to go through another one.
Right.
We kind of talked about, we were talking about evacuating. If we evacuated, where would we go? Well, I got a cousin, Frank Mims. Thank you so much for hosting us. Nice. He lives in Maryville, which is just south of Knoxville. I hope he doesn't mind me giving all his personal information out. His address, by the way, is no. I got my cousin Frank. Thank you so much again. Who I hit him up, said, "Hey, look, we've got this hurricane coming at us," and he was more than happy to have us. He was more than welcoming. He was like, "Dude, of course." He's a cousin on my mom. He's my mom's cousin. And he's on my mom's side of the family. He's not somebody that I know too well, but we've seen each other at some family reunions or funerals, whatever you want to call them. Well, it's funny whenever I'm with that family, whenever we want to say, hey, when's the next family reunion? All the old people start pointing at each other because they know it's their funeral.
Jesus Christ!
Hey, when's the next family reunion? When he dies, when she dies. That's. But him and I, we spoke and we don't agree on anything, but we agree to be civil about things and we talk about things that you're not supposed to talk about. But it was very cool getting to know my cousin. It was very cool seeing Tennessee. We got to explore Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg a little bit.
Nice.
We went up to the Smoky Mountain National Park. We went on vacation.
Yeah.
It was an evacation.
Evacation. That's exactly what that was.
So we were like, you know what? I boarded up the house, boarded up all the windows. We left Friday morning. We left at 3:30 a.m. It's a 10-hour drive. We got there at 10:30 p.m. It took us 20 hours to get there.
Dude, that's a New York drive.
Man, yo, for real.
It's a New York drive.
It took us 20 hours to get to Nashville.
Because of the traffic and all that.
Because of the traffic, yeah, man. Getting out of Florida wasn't too much of a problem. We hit a pocket in St. Augustine. We realized that we were going to get gas once we hit half a tank. We weren't going to risk running out of gas on the side of the road. So whenever we got to half a tank, start looking for a gas station. Because people were already running out of gas at that point. We got through Georgia, no problem. Got to South Carolina, and that I-95 was a parking lot once we got to South Carolina.
Ain't that.
Luckily, my mother lived in that. She used to live off Exit 5 in South Carolina. That's a Hardyville exit for those of you that are cultured enough to know that, or have had the misery of having to be in Hardyville. My mom used to live off that exit, so I knew that area. And I said, we're getting off 95. We're taking back roads. And we took back roads all the way up South Carolina.
Wow.
It was a nice drive, really pretty drive. But man, was it long as shit.
Oh, I could imagine.
Wow. But we got there. My girlfriend and I both agree if we ever go to Tennessee again, we're going with a U-Haul.
We ain't coming.
We ain't coming back to this state.
Damn.
But yeah, that's what my bitch ass did. Yes, I left.
Yeah, you went on vacation.
Yeah, I took a vacation. I took the family out. We had an enjoyable time. If you're ever in Pigeon Forge, if you're familiar with the Orlando area, Pigeon Forge is just iDrive.
Oh, nice.
Straight. They got a WonderWorks. They got a Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. They got a bunch of diners. They got a bunch of little theme like O-Town. They got that up there in Pigeon Forge. They got a theme park. It's a Dollywood.
You serious?
Yeah, Dolly Parton has a theme park, and apparently it's actually really good.
Is there a lot of titties?
I'm gonna assume so. Probably not, but one can hope.
Yeah, we gotta take a trip.
Yeah, no, we actually we had fun. It was we were worried about the house. We were a little stressed about it, but it was nice to be able to be somewhere where we can enjoy ourselves. I have family. He had a little girl that's my stepdaughter's age, so the girls had a blast because it's just him and his daughter. So for once he had adults to talk to, and for once she had kids to talk to. So it was nice.
Good, man. That's not bad at all. I mean, the way it was looking, if I could have, I would have left too. You know what I mean?
Look, you would have come to Florida. You would have come to Tennessee with us. Everyone in Tennessee had Florida tags. To the point, our second day, we went to Tuckaleechee Caverns. It's a cave system. You can go on a tour. My girlfriend saw somebody from her job.
Nice. Yep. That will be it. And just before we even go forward, big shout out to my boy Connor for helping me put up these damn shutters.
Oh yeah.
If there's ever any kind
it's your first time with yeah.
Well, he helped me out. Him and a couple of people helped me out last year, but big shouts to him for helping me out this year. Because man, I don't know what I would have did. Yeah. But it's like you said, it's a serious thing. It's a stressful time. During the whole storm with the kids, it was a period before the power went out. We were just in there. And I'm gonna be straight with you. I was nervous. I was really nervous. What I do when I get nervous, I throw on some music. So I was in my house. Must have been it was at 9:30, teaching all my kids how to dance to dance hall and soca music.
That's not something I would expect someone to teach the kids.
Well, let me tell you something.
Some of that's pretty prerogative.
Let me tell you something. In Caribbean culture, if you are dancing...
This is coming from the Panamanian, but go ahead.
Hey, we part of the Caribbean too. If if a female is dancing, doing her thing, no guy is going to fucking talk to her.
Right.
Because they're going to she knows what she's doing. I'm not going to be able to handle that. So I'm trying to teach my daughters, listen, you need to be the shit on that floor. No, none of them. They do not have rhythm. My poor son, holy shit. I don't know what he was doing, but it was not working out. I feel bad. But again, that's just me keeping them occupied, keeping the mind off of things. We watched a bunch of movies. Children of the Corn, Pirates of the Caribbean, God Awful Transformer movie, a bunch of other shit too. I forgot what it was. Some stuff on Netflix, the Little Evil or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I seen that.
Bunch of shit, just to keep their mind off of stuff. But when that power went off, no Wi-Fi, no TV, no light, nothing. My son, I've never seen him so scared. Not scared. I want to say nervous. I've never seen him so nervous in my life. He doesn't shut up. He's all over the place, making noise, running around. We had flashlights and all of that, but because the rule was, all right, we're going to put the girls on the bed. The boys are going to sleep on the floor. We got to protect them if anything happened. He was like, okay, Dad, I got you. As soon as that shit went out, he was like, Dad, I'm going on the bed. I'm not staying on the floor with you.
Protect me.
I've never seen him. He held his mom so tight. I've never seen that before. And I was like, dude, it's crazy. But I was like, all right, so I'll just go to sleep.
So what time was it when the power went out?
Had to have
Couldn't tell because the power was out?
Exactly. But no, it had to be after 12. Because when the power went out, it's like the cell service just went out too.
Yeah.
Because I was roaming.
Because the cell towers lost power.
Yeah. So, but that didn't happen last year when we lost power. So this was a little different. Mm-hmm. So we lost the power. We're roaming. So we can't I can't get in contact with my brothers and sisters at their house. But they were good. So we were just in the house. I was like, listen, we turned the AC all the way down so that when the power does go out, it's not going to be sweltering in the house. All right, cool. Let's go to sleep. I'm pretty sure it'll come back in the morning. At the time, I was like, I know it's not. I'm pretty sure it'll come back in the morning. We'll be good. Don't worry about it. We all slept. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't sleep at all. I was up, listening to all of them snores, just making sure I felt like my roof was going to blow off the goddamn house. But we made it through. We got up, light outside. Everything was straight. Power came back on maybe at 1 o'clock the next day. And we were straight. But then I called my brothers and them, and they was like, yeah, we ain't got no power. And they practically live in a goddamn mansion. So they all had to come to my house for a week. And it was fun. It was like old times, man. I love having my family around, so that didn't bother me at all. But again, it's more of keeping the kids occupied, keeping everybody's mind off of shit, and going from there. You were good. You were in Tennessee doing cave tours and shit, so you were straight.
Yeah.
I just had to just keep their mind off of it, man. It was rough.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It was cool that we left because I never evacuated before. I always stick around, so I'm used to dealing with that stress and having that nightmare and dealing with the kids.
Yeah.
This time, it was kind of nice. I was enjoying it. I was like, listen, look, I'm at my cousin's house. We got the mountains in the background. You sit on the porch, have a cup of coffee, just look at the Smokies. The kids were having fun on the trampoline. We're looking at all the Facebook feeds. We're like, oh man, that looks like a nightmare. Man, it sucks to be you guys.
I think I saw you post a picture like, oh man, this hurricane is something else.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
This fucking asshole.
Yo, I put up pictures the day the hurricane hit here. We went to a trail. My cousin knew where there was like this lookout tower up on the mountain, so we just kind of went, hiking around. And I posted pictures of it. And I said, not gonna lie, feel a little guilty. Everybody I know is going through hell, and we're chilling. Yeah.
Chilling. God damn.
But yeah, no, but I mean, we were, like I said, we were worried. We had once the storm had passed, we had somebody go to our house and check it out. We had a tree that fell, missed the house by about 15 feet. Flooding all over the place, all over the yard. Nothing got in the house, thankfully. We did lose power. We got power back probably the Tuesday. We got back Thursday, but we got power back. We got back on Wednesday. I'm sorry, we got back late Wednesday, but the power had come back on Tuesday. It was nice. No damage to the house. We the couple of soffits, like the roof vents, whatever, came loose. That's already fixed. By the time we got home, the landlord had already had the tree cut up and put on the side of put on the curb. So that was cool to have. All I did, I got home, I took the plywood off the windows, and we were back in business. We got Wi-Fi back yesterday, so now I feel like I'm
part of the world again.
Yeah, I can watch Netflix now. It's nice. I can start catching up on some shows. Yeah. But one of the things that's been driving me nuts, like I said, this is my first rodeo. I've been through a handful of hurricanes. Mm-hmm. I got really lucky with Sandy. I didn't even lose cable with Sandy. My neighbor ended up with a tree on his roof.
That's crazy.
But everybody losing their mind about not having power.
Yeah, that shit.
Oh. Man, here's the deal. I wasn't born in Florida, but I was raised down here. I know what comes with the package. Florida is a package deal. Once in the blue, you're going to get a hurricane. And once you catch one, you're going to lose some power. And power doesn't always... Man, I've seen trucks. It was cool. Driving back down, I seen all these electric utility trucks coming down from West Virginia, coming from Texas. Yeah. Texas still recovering from Harvey, and they sending power crews over. There are a shit ton of people out here working. And you would think that these motherfuckers complaining on Facebook, and that's right, if you're listening, I called you a motherfucker. Absolutely. All these motherfuckers on Facebook and other social media bitching about, I haven't had power in 2 days. Yeah, motherfucker. We just had a Category 3 hurricane hit.
Exactly.
You got a house, right?
Yeah.
I know you got a house because you ain't complaining about losing your house. You ain't drank water in 6 years before the storm came up.
Yeah, but you.
But now you complain. But now it's It's like, I don't have electricity. Do you know who I think I am?
Yeah. Let me tell you. And I'm not saying this because I got power back immediately. No, because my brothers and sisters didn't have power, so they were with me. Mm-hmm. And they were fine. Their house is good. Everything was good. They just lost the power. That's fine. They were grateful. Like I said, if I lost power, that I'll be at their house.
Yeah.
Simple. But these people, you would think that FPL called them and said straight up, we're not giving you your power back.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit about the storm. They're out there working. Let them work. You're not the only one.
People were complaining. There was a radio station in Orlando that did a thing for all the utility workers. They bought them lunch. Hulk Hogan went out to meet them. Nice. It was something nice for all the utility workers that came from out of state to work. People were complaining because, they need to be turning my power back on. They sitting here eating lunch. Yeah, they're eating lunch. These motherfuckers have been working around the clock for the past week. Exactly. You know what? Let them go back to West Virginia and say, hey, I got to meet Hulk Hogan.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Those guys.
Come on.
It's like
Ungrateful, man.
people don't understand that they are low. Look, in the grand scheme of things, you are nothing. You are not a high priority. If you're the only house on your block that doesn't have power right now, sucks to be you, because the FPL ain't coming out just for your house. Not right now. They got schools, hospitals, and other places that need power. If you're the only one on your block, it sucks. I'm not saying it doesn't suck. It sucks.
But be patient. Yeah.
But be grateful that you still got a house. Be grateful that your biggest problem is the fact that you don't have power. All right, because that's a, you know what? That's still a pretty good fucking day. The island of Barbuda. No one's ever heard of Barbuda before Hurricane Irma. There's nothing.
They have nothing. There's
That
nothing.
island
95% damage.
That island was demolished. There's nothing there. And those people are grateful that they're alive. You're bitching because you can't charge your phone?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Just so you can get on Facebook again?
Exactly. And you got Barbuda, you have St. Martin that took a huge hit.
St. Martin.
But even some people, Miami got it bad.
Miami, it was, you know how hard it was? I mean, that's my hometown. I'm looking at pictures of downtown Miami. I used to live in downtown Miami, and it's all like second story. It's all underwater. It's a river. Exactly. Brickell Avenue was a river. Looking at Fort Myers, where my son lives, my son is with me this week. This wasn't planned. He's not supposed to be with me right now. He's supposed to be in school. But because the schools, they were using the schools as shelters, people don't know how to act and started trashing the schools, just making a mess, acting like they ain't got no kind of home training. Schools are still shut down. A lot of them got power back, but they're just not fit to open up for these kids. So his mom went back to work. She said, "Hey, can you take him for the week?" I said, "Yeah," because she don't have an option. She's got to take him to work. Yeah. I've got other adults that live in the house. I said, "Yeah, bring him in." So now I got my son for the week, which is great. Cool. I get to see my kid. That's never a bad day. We're gonna have to talk again. Yeah. This time he ain't gonna play me like a fool either. I'm gonna sit him down. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, today we're gonna talk about fucking."
Damn, I want to be there.
It's gonna be uncomfortable for all of us. No chicken nuggets.
No chicken nuggets.
There will be no chicken nuggets. Stay tuned next week, folks, to see how that played out.
Yeah, no, that's a big, like that. I'm so livid that there's no power. I can't believe I haven't been in FPL. What are you doing? They're working.
They're working. Look, be patient.
Are you serious? They are working. Let me tell you something. This past week with my brothers and sisters being in the house, it was fun for me. Mm-hmm. It just felt like old times. I don't mind. I wish they didn't even leave. I was kind of sad when they left, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And it's not, and like I said, it's not to say that it doesn't suck. And it's okay. It's okay to gripe. It's been like, man, I have a friend of mine who's been on Facebook every day. He actually got power back today, thankfully. But he's been on, like day 6 of the power, and he's making a joke out of it. It's like he's writing Anne Frank's diary. It's kind of what he's making it, kind of going along that theme. And it's, have fun with it. You know what I mean? It's okay to gripe about it. Like, man, this power sucks. Can we please get power back? But at least acknowledge and understand that they are doing everything they can for you. For all these people, I saw somebody post about where are all these he lives in Miami Beach. Miami Beach is an island. And he's complaining the day after the storm. Where are all these emergency crews? How come I still don't have power? Motherfucker, because you live on Miami Beach.
Exactly.
You chose to live on an island in a place that gets devastated by hurricanes at least once a decade. And you're complaining because your power didn't come back as soon as the sky cleared up? Go fuck yourself in all your holes.
Exactly.
And that's strong words, but I'm saying them.
Strong. That's strongest. Nah, man. That's it. And again, I mean, we're going to get off those ungrateful people, but it's
myself from Ghost Academy, I got to read this out.
Yes.
Floridians, baddest motherfuckers when it comes to riding out hurricanes. Mastering a 4-way stop, not so much.
Facts.
By the way, folks, because I almost chased somebody, drug them out of the car, and choked them on the side of the street. If you are in an area without any electricity and the stoplights are not working, that is a 4-way stop sign. Stop running people over off the road because you're selfish. Pay attention. Stop and let everybody else go, and we will all live happily. This isn't the purge just because you lost lights for half an hour, all right? You can't play Angry Birds or go on Tinder as much because you can't charge your phone. Oh, fucking well, that's not a reason to be an asshole on the road.
Exactly. And
but
after the whole no power thing, then we dealt with the snacks are done. Food is done.
Yeah, snacks have been done since 3 hours after the hurricane started.
You know what? Who is always there for me and my family when we need them? Chinese spot. God damn it, I love them
They don't close for shit. They deliver it.
Them niggas wasn't even closed when the hurricane was going on.
They
was like,
deliver it in a tornado.
Yeah.
They're in the tornado. It's like Sharknado, only it's it's lo mein NATO.
Lo mein NATO. Bro, they were open and I was so happy. I'm a little fatter now, but you know, hey, I can work it out, maybe. So snacks was done, whole house hungry. There's nothing in these stores.
Nothing.
There was nothing in the McDonald's, to be honest with you. We were on a limited menu. We have 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Really?
And people complaining about that. I'm like, what? Like they didn't lose power? You understand? You understand that they lost power too, right? Yeah. It wasn't just your house.
What do you mean you don't have chicken nuggets? The fuck you mean? What do I mean?
When are we supposed to get a shipment? I heard a drive-through guy go off. We stopped in Savannah, Georgia, and man, Savannah got hit hard by Irma too.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's talking about it on the news, but yes, Savannah got knocked out.
I know somebody in Savannah.
But we're standing up where the McDonald's off of I-95 in Savannah, the one on Abercorn Street, and they didn't have much. They legit didn't have much. They haven't been able to get a truck to deliver anything. Yeah. And the guy in the drive-thru had to tell the lady that was being a bitch. She's like, "What do you mean you ain't got it? How come you don't have it?" Well, ma'am, you see the traffic on 95. How would you like the truck to get through?
Yeah, like how do you?
And I saw her face. She was like, and drove away.
Asshole.
It was like watching somebody have a stroke. I didn't know what was happening with her.
Yeah.
She just kind of like.
It's people are insensitive. They only care about themselves when things like this happen, and I hate that.
And it's not a good example for your kids, folks, because your kids are watching all this. You know, the whole point is to keep your kids calm. And you know what? Sometimes when you're in the drive-thru at McDonald's trying to get chicken nuggets, that is to keep your kid calm. And it's a lot easier to take it out on the high school dropout working the drive-thru than it is to just say like, okay, I understand. Hey, kids, I'm sorry, there's no chicken nuggets. Because you got to do with the kids. And I get that. As a parent, that's tough. But that's not an excuse to be an asshole to a high school dropout.
Exactly.
Stop it.
Exactly. High school dropout.
Stop the madness. He's not happy either. He's working at a drive-thru at McDonald's. No one's getting what they want in this scenario. Okay? Just take it easy. We're all stressed. But, you know, thankfully, we all have our houses. We all have our homes. Now, some people didn't come out as lucky. So, you know, please donate to, you know, the Red Cross. Or, yeah, I know people have their hang-ups with the Red Cross. But if you're worried about donating money, donate time. You know what I mean? Donate food. Just make sure if you have the means to help the people that don't have those means, make sure you're doing something to help out. And,
if
you know, stop being selfish.
Yeah, if you didn't eat all your snacks like we did, donate it. Donate it to someone who needs it. Send it to someone in your area. Send it to people in Texas.
You know what?
Still need it over there.
You know what? If you do know some people that are on your block and they are the only people on your block without power and they're complaining about it, yo, take them some food.
Take them some food. I know people are funny about having people in their house, but listen.
Invite them over for dinner. Hey, you need a hot shower?
You need a shower, you know what I'm saying? Because my wife posted it on her Facebook. And I was texting everybody that I knew was around here. Like, listen, if you need to, come on through. I mean, because if I needed it, I'm not gonna be ashamed to fucking ask. I need it. You know what I mean? It's a time to show, you know, humanity. Just be nice. You know, I know there's some assholes in the world, but like, just spread it. Just spread the wealth. Spread the love, and it'll be infectious to everybody else.
And your kids will learn a lesson from it. They'll see it. And that's the whole point. The whole point of everything, the whole point of Pop's Song is to talk about kids and talk about being a father and setting those examples. Because your kids are seeing this, and that's the example we want to set for them. We want them to be good people at the end of the day. At least I would hope.
Yeah.
I want them to be good enough.
Good enough. Like, don't be all the way. You gotta be a little bit of an asshole. Just a skosh.
But again, you know, not to the point where you're yelling at some kid working at a drive-thru.
Exactly.
For not having chicken nuggets, as if he had any control over that.
Exactly.
Believe me, he's getting yelled at. He wants chicken nuggets that's just as bad as you do. Listen, lady, I would love to tell you I have chicken nuggets because that means you can stop being a bitch in my drive-thru. But guess what? We're both mad right now.
Oh, man. But, yeah, again, we got through it. We're safe. A lot of people are safe and sound and not as bad. In our area, at least, not as bad. But, you know, everybody else's, you know, our thoughts are with you guys.
Yeah, hearts out to everybody that's been hit hard. Hearts out to the Caribbean. Hearts out to those in Texas that are still recovering. Harvey is still, you know, the people are still picking up from that. So, Hopefully, eventually, everything it will, as it always does, get back to normal. We'll get in a routine, and we'll forget this happened. And 4 years when the next hurricane comes, we'll all act like this is brand new again.
Exactly. I'll start buying water right now.
Yeah, buy water that I won't drink for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, with that, again, we're happy to be back. It's been a nice little hiatus. We're happy that you're back and listening to us. Stay tuned. We will have more stuff coming out. We also got to give a big shout out. Last episode we did was over with the folks at 1K Away.
Yes.
Matt and Ken.
Those dudes are hilarious.
Yeah, man, that was a big blast. We barbecued. We had some laughs. It was always a fun time. Go check them out. They are available on iTunes and Stitcher and everywhere you find podcasts. 1K Away, all one word. They recently had the Burn It Down crew on the show also, which Burn It Down crew who had us on, J Flow, Dabs Can Computer. Big shout out to them as well.
Yes,
Go listen
definitely.
to their podcast. Friends of ours, and we're always happy to have them just as they had us on. With that said, that's all we got this week.
Yeah.
We'll be back. We'll have some more topics. We'll have something new to talk about. Hopefully there's an active week in Hollywood. Hopefully we get a trailer for Star Wars.
Fucking right.
Hopefully Last Jedi. Let's see something.
I know one thing I can't wait for: the Talk Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it! I can't wait.
So with that said, as always, I'm Jay Alvarez.
I'm Raul.
And for Marcel, this is Pops On. Please don't forget, spoil kids, not movies.
And please, no dad jokes. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Pops On. Email us any questions and your best dad jokes at nodadjokes@gmail.com. For more content, please like us on Facebook at facebook.com/nodadjokes. Follow us on Instagram at nodadjokes and Twitter at nodadjokes with a Z.
Yeah, we tried to get no dad jokes within us, but apparently some thing that got out of hand wanted to take it and then not post anything for 2 years on Twitter because, hey, look at me, I'll get this now and maybe at some point I'll actually figure out how to use Twitter because it's not like I don't have anything else to do with my damn life. I'm just gonna these guys instead.
Whoa.
But
Hey, family show, man. Whoa, family.
I bet you his mother's a fucking hoe.